This is Hannah Rubenstall, the crafter here at Fanciful Spaces. Welcome. If wishing made it so, it would be fall. As of the recording of this video, it is the tail end of August, which means the heat of the summer is hopefully dissipating where you're at. The leaves are about to change. Sweater weather is coming, and if you're a pumpkin spice latte fan, they'll be in the stores very shortly. I'm not. I hate all things pumpkin spice except for pie. However, I appreciate that this season is coming for you guys, and I'm really excited for you. I hope you enjoy my take on a fall themed wreath for cutcardstock.com. I was feeling minimalist. I was inspired by dream catchers from the Native American Indians. While this is not trying to copy their style in any means, I did take some inspiration from it, and I did try to make it my own without stealing their ideas and their thoughts and beliefs. And it was just a simple, easy craft to do. It takes almost no time, and there is so much magic in it. I hope you enjoy. Thank you so much, and have a great day. To start out, I found an SVG file on the internet. I Googled fall leaves SVG, and I fortunately found a free one. I'll link in the doodly-doo where it's at. And I cut out a ton of different leaves in my cardstock. And before I pulled it off of my Brother's Scan and Cut mat, I pressed some Glade Press and Seal down. This is going to help keep all of the intricate little bits of the leaves all in one place. Each individual leaf is not very complicated. However, if you're doing a massive amount all at once, putting the Glade Press and Seal helps keep everything in place so that you don't have random little chunks away and you don't have an impossible puzzle to create. Some of my cardstock that I used did not want to accept the ink, the dye ink that I was putting down, specifically the Star Dream metallic cardstock. So I found that it was really helpful if I took a bit of sandpaper and I just buffed off some of that sheen a little bit. An extra unexpected bonus from this was I got what I felt like the veins in leaves. The ink settled in some of those grooves, and I got some really great patterning happening when I put my ink down. The ink I have chosen to use is Altenews Crisp Dye ink. Mostly, I have a lot of it, and I could really get very specific colors that I wanted out of it. I used Fire Brick, Ruby Red, and Espresso mostly, but because this is fall leaves and fall leaves tend to turn a bit brown, it's okay to think mud. Think the opposite side of the color wheel from the paper that you're working on. Perhaps purple on this would have been an interesting color. Don't feel afraid to experiment. There's a lot of excess waste of cardstock on this, so you have a lot of areas on your cardstock to test different colors out and explore what works for you, what gives you the best dynamic. I applied my color using the Picket Fence's Change Your Life brushes. If you have watched any of my videos recently, you've discovered that I am a huge fan of these brushes. I could control exactly where I wanted my ink and the intensity that I wanted my ink. If I was changing colors in between brushes, I just rubbed off some of that ink that's on a brush off of my notepad that Cut Cardstock sent me with one of my recent orders. It's really handy. The paper's super thick. I love it. And I can just take off some of the excess color really, really easily. So here I am. I'm just going around the edges of my leaves, trying to alter the color, give it some definition in a few places and a lot of variety, thinking really organically. There's no right or wrong here. If you look at leaves in nature, they have a variety of different coloration patterning happening. Even from one branch to another on a tree, the leaves change completely differently. So there's no right or wrong here. You could just let free and just create whatever it is you wanted to create. Once I got my color down on my leaves, I took some cardstock in the twine discount section from cutcardstock.com. There's a little sticker on the back end from a previous company that used to produce or have the cardstock produced for them. So this is why you get it at a really great discount. And because I'm doing leaves, I went with brown, hence the twine. Nobody's going to see this color, but I wanted it to be a neutral. And I traced out the leaf from the excess from the SVG file, the stuff that I wasn't going to use. I traced it out. After I had put some double-sided adhesive on my paper, I fussy cut it out. Then I take that same leaf print, the excess, the waste, the part that I don't want, I'm laying it on top of my cardstock after I've pulled off one of the ends of the double-sided adhesive. And I'm using that to help puzzle piece all of my pieces together to make sure that every little bit of my leaf that I want to keep goes exactly where I want it to go. It's not by any means a perfect science. You can see there, I was just fussy cutting some of the extra twine that you could see that I didn't line up perfectly. And when you pull off the masking of the SVG file, sometimes I got my cardstock to stick to the adhesive, and that's awesome because that's going to add another organic quality to my leaves. So before I move on to fixing that, I have some Cosmic Shimmer gilding flakes in mulled wine. It's a mixture of golds and browns. There's some reds in there. It's just a really pretty combination. And I'm rubbing that into where the adhesive is left on my leaves. After I pulled the masking, the waste SVG file piece of paper off, where those veins were left, I just rubbed in some of those gilding flakes to add a touch of love. And here you see I am masking off where that cardstock got stuck in the veins and pulled off. So I'm using one of my Picket Fence Change Your Life brushes, and I'm adding in one of the colors that I had used on the leaves just to mask and discolor those veins. And it gives quite a great variety for each individual leaf. The cardstocks that I am using, Star Dream Metallic Cardstock in Flame, that's the orange, and gold. The shimmer on these are so pretty. Discount cardstock in Pearl Textured Green Curry. Super loved that. Did not have to buff that out with sandpaper at all. It just wanted the ink. And of course, the twine. All right, this is Hannah Rubenstall for CutCardstock.com here at Fanciful Spaces. I hope you enjoyed my video and have a great day.